I'm sorry.
Welcome to your answers.
Jesus. No, my goodness. No. Thank you for watching this video. Welcome to the Earth is Ghetto podcast.
We're back, and we've been going through it, but things are getting better.
They are.
Things are looking up for us, y'all.
Finally.
As always, it's your favorite non-binary Bush Queen, Erin, giving you all the tea and all the shade.
And listen, it's just Sydney. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no taglines or nothing. It's just me, bitch. Or maybe that's the tagline. There you go. But let's get.
What's it yours like? Witch with "Don't call me a bitch" or something like that? Don't call me a bitch.
You know, I think I said something like that in the beginning. I was trying to do something catchy, and because a nigga was ADD, forgot by the third episode and never did it again. But getting to this mental health check-in for everybody. Go ahead, you start. How you been, friend? How you been?
So,
working, life, how things?
I'm taking advantage of the days I have off. I work 3 days a week, get 4 days off at the job that I work at. I refuse to just not do what the fuck I want to do. Like, capitalism has ingrained in us, like, work and that's it. You shouldn't be able to have fun. You shouldn't be able to do creative things on the side. Fuck that. I've been doing what the fuck I want to do, and that has helped me mentally.
100%. And honestly, same. I finally released myself from the digital plantation that I was working back in July, and I got a new job that is, the money is fine. I mean, shit, it's 2024, child, so but the money is fine. I will be able to give you guys more content. I'll be able to go live more often. I feel really good about that. And because the world is on fire constantly, I'm really glad to have something to look forward to.
That's good. We haven't had this good mental health check in a
while. I was about to say, listen, for the first time, niggas ain't like, I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah.
Not like,
I had a knife in my throat.
But I stopped myself because who could pay for a funeral? Like, so I'm this is definitely better than what we have been going through. But let's hop into the topics. Okay. So Kamala Harris is running for president 2024. I will say, I think she'll win.
Yeah, I agree. I think she will win. Will I be excited and do backflips? Obviously not. Yeah. People are saying it feels like 2008, when Obama ran. But just like Obama had to do, we know that when it comes to identity politics, they have to overextend. They have to do the most. They have to show the colonizers that they can be better.
Yeah. Because
again, the U.S. empire is a colonial one, and she can't get up there and say abolish the police. She can't get up there and say, well, yeah, we should feed children for free, and housing should be free, and poor people, this shouldn't be a thing because it is. She can't say these things. What are your thoughts on the convention that they've had, the pep rally for genocide?
Aptly titled, is what I will first say. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very frustrated. I'm really, really, really frustrated. And it sucks because on the very surface, who doesn't want a black girl president? But because they know that on the surface, Jesus Christ, Milo.
He's like, this is actually my show, bitch.
It's just to go ahead and show me your butthole. It's not necessary. Yeah, lay your ass down somewhere. Anyway, I feel like one of the biggest issues that I'm having is I even saw an advertisement that said Ruby Bridges walked so that Kamala could run, or something to that effect. And I'm so disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I put up a post recently saying like, hey, listen, I'm no longer gonna tell you to take the Palestinian flag out of your bio. I just need you not to forget about Palestine because this is gonna be continuing to happen no matter who they put in office, whether it's Captain Cheeto or the coconut that fell out the tree. It don't fucking matter. This is gonna still be happening. And I stand by that, but I cannot help but express my deepest disappointment that we could not stay on fucking task. And the fact that we are weaponizing our blackness to be like, well, we can't be colonizers. If you were in the military and you were in Afghanistan, you helped disrupt a whole economic system, a whole nation, and you helped kill people. That's just what it is, my love. You don't get to choose whether you're a colonizer or not. You don't get to choose that. The people around you do. Just like parents don't get to say that they're good parents, only your child can tell me that. Same difference.
Yeah, it's. I know that as soon as when she wins, no one's going to talk about Congo, Sudan, and all these other genocides happening. I know they're not. They say, oh, we need to put him in office first. Y'all do this all the fucking time, every 4 years. Don't you think you should keep your foot on her neck before she gets there so she can actually do these radical changes that we need?
Because, historically, they have such a great track record of of going into the office and doing what they promised. We know that they do that historically. Please get the fuck out of my face.
It doesn't matter how many phone calls you give her, how many emails you send them, they don't care.
And I'm even seeing people upset that people were protesting at the DNC. They're like, "Were you protesting at the RNC?" First of all, they were.
They were.
And then secondly, they literally took people from Israel who had family who were taken hostage by Hamas. But they couldn't put one family member of the thousands of people who are gone to tell us what's happening on the ground. You've got people protesting Bassan's Emmy. Which, by the way, ask Bassan if she gives a fuck about a fucking Emmy.
Right. And they're protesting because they want to vote for her. Hello? We know it's a given with the Republicans. Y'all, Democrats say we're the better option. We're more negotiable. This is why they want to work with you so that they can vote for you.
And you're not even letting them work with you. You're just saying, oh my God, you're speaking against the whoever is being put up in the DNC, acting like you wouldn't all be completely blue maggot out no matter who they put in our fucking face. You were doing it with Biden, who couldn't even string a sentence together, until people started to push back like leftists saying this wasn't going to work, and they gave us Kamala. We keep on pushing back and they make changes. Why aren't you seeing that pattern? That we push back and they make changes. Why? Because we actually have the power. And not through just our fucking vote. Fuck, man.
I have a quick little video.
Child. Can't even remember what videos we put on.
In the black community, going to realize the Democratic Party does not take us seriously. Or more so, they don't think that we're smart. Their strategy for decades has been hiring black entertainers to endorse them. Fast forward 2024, they're still doing the same thing. It is even worse. Because now they sprinkling a little bit of ratchetness into it for relatability. And I'm just like, last election, Joe Biden's campaign for the black vote was telling black people that they not black if they don't vote for him. And getting some strippers to twerk with the word vote wrote on their booty. And also, for some odd reason, hiring Cardi B to endorse him, even though Cardi B's not black, but she was used to get the black vote. Not her own people vote, but our vote. Now we got Kamala Harris throwing a rally, and Megan Thee Stallion is performing. Megan Thee Stallion is twerking. And y'all swear to God, this is to reach the black youth and get the black. Listen, these people don't take us seriously. They are not twerking and...
Pause that, because she's saying a lot of things I don't agree with already.
I don't think I put. I was gonna say.
I was gonna say. What is it? Okay, so what I will say is obviously they're pandering to us.
Yeah.
That is what Democrats do. They pander to the gays during June and July. They pander to us during February. This is what the fuck they do. Now, there's a lot of like respectability politics shit in there that I'm just like, girl, what? But they are pandering to us. And also, I really wish people would the whole Cardi B isn't black.
That's
black.
what I was like.
Oh. Yeah, no, because it's like, I'm sorry. That's a light-skinned nigga. Do what you will with that. And then go to the Dominican Republic.
Right.
That's all. Yeah. We can move on to the next video. Let's see what the fuck I put on. Like, are they all wrong? Okay.
It's the exact opposite.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's happening? Go ahead.
Why the fuck?
What's happening? We can't get sound? Wait, nigga, did they take away the sound?
You know what they probably did, knowing them?
Hey, yo! Do you really think they took the sound? Does it usually say that?
Because they have it all the way up and it's now...
That's
crazy.
insane.
They are really like silencing people.
No, they really are. You can go to the next video. The fact that they are, they're suppressing sounds from certain videos that are giving opposing views, and they really want to believe that everybody who's against Kamala is just a racist and a bigot and whatever. And we have real grievances.
That I'm too stupid to know about politics is just disrespectful, and it's...
So firstly, I want to start this video off by saying I do apologize. I don't think you're dumb at all. I don't think you're stupid, and I don't even think that your video had malicious intent. And apart from the fact that you're clearly intelligent, no one is too dumb to participate in politics because ideally, politics are a way for everyone to advocate for their best interests. So I genuinely am sorry. The way I ended that video was in reference to a dumbass Kanye West interview regarding Lady Gaga and being the creative director of Kodak. The only reason I even added it to the end of my video is for comedic flair, but there's really nothing funny about making jokes at the expense of other people, so again, I genuinely am sorry. That being said, it is a bit aggravating and a bit disheartening to see very large creators on this app pushing a blind allegiance to politicians who have done nothing to earn our vote. I feel like one of my mutuals put it perfectly when they said that we are so afraid of losing that we're willing to not win anything at all. As of right now, the only policy that Kamala Harris has showed us is unwavering support for genocide, the willingness to suppress people's First Amendment rights via state-sanctioned violence, and slavery masquerading as criminal justice. The actions of Kamala Harris have negatively impacted millions of Americans, and by saying that they are somehow privileged for not wanting to vote for her or advocating against her is disregarding the very valid reasons that a lot of people have for not trusting her. And instead of disregarding people's issue with her, we should at least push her to address it before giving her our support. In your video, you're advocating for the importance of voting, but there is no power to voting if we do not leverage our votes. We lose all power to leverage our votes when we blindly align ourselves with politicians without making them work for our allegiance. We even see this with Cardi B in the way that she's holding her vote and endorsement hostage as a way of pressuring Kamala Harris into implementing an immediate ceasefire. And I'm seeing a lot of people saying that we could potentially push her left after she is elected, but if we cannot convince her to move left before she's voted in, then there's no way that we're going to get her to compromise when she's in that position. For the last 10 months, a lot of people have been very adamant about getting Joe Biden out of office, and it's very concerning that all it took for a large sum of people to accept his policy is to just package it behind a marginalized identity. And when you show full support for someone who's in large part responsible for a genocide, it does come off like you don't care. And also, pushing this America First ideology is very harmful because it puts the value of our lives above the value of other people's lives, and also it allows for the suppressive regime to take its time developing tactics to oppress us even better. And I want to end this video by apologizing one more time because I should have came at you way more respectfully, and the way I came at you was very left field, and it wasn't cool at all, so sorry for that.
See how we can walk and chew down?
Mm-hmm.
See how he's perfectly respectful. Just letting you know, you're giving your vote away.
Yeah.
What kind of power does your vote have if you're just willing to give it to anybody?
Yeah. That's what I was saying, like, now is the time because they need your vote.
I would love to vote for Kamala Harris. I'll say it.
And
I would love to
yeah,
be able to
me
vote
too.
for Kamala Harris. My conscience won't let me.
I really do wish I knew less about how the system works and how the electoral college. I wish I knew less.
You know what? I won't even say knew less. Because a lot of people know exactly what's going on and they're still voting for her, and they're doing it out of fear. They're so... Listen, they saw Donald Trump get up there and be like, this will be the last time you gotta vote. There'll be no more votes after this.
That's scary as fuck.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to... Because there are some of you that are just stupid. Sorry. But there are a bigger majority of you that know exactly what's going on, but you are in this, well, me first. Well, I got the whole like, oh, well, we got to make sure everybody's got a mask. We got to put our own mask on first. Not realizing that that whole analogy falls flat if everybody doesn't have access to a fucking gas mask. If you don't have one, now what? So you just get one and then we leave and they die? Is that what we're saying? And I get it. I understand that black people are so, like, they're really tired of hearing our names in your mouth in reference to this shit, and I agree with that. We're 13% of the fucking population, and yet we're somehow the faces of fucking everything, as if we could just go ahead and swing something that fast or do something. Like, I understand that completely. However, black people and Palestinians have had a very, very long history. A long history that honestly starts almost right after the Nakba. I'm not going to let some people online who could be racist, whatever the case is, make me stop my support of Palestine. Because regardless of what even Palestinians think of me, they shouldn't be bombed indiscriminately for land, no matter what. And I'm really sick of you people whose politic changes depending on who we're talking about.
Right. Same for, oh, well, you're gay, and they don't like gays over there. Genocide doesn't give a fuck if you're gay or not.
It's a bomb, bitch!
Like,
Let me stop.
We can move on to the next topic. Kamala Harris's criminal justice record.
Yep.
Here we go.
For 10 years in Congress, political nonprofits, civic engagement, civil liberties, and I am telling you there is nothing a politician wants more than for you to treat them like they are both infallible and powerless. When it comes to Kamala Harris's record on criminal justice, people are talking out of both sides of their mouth. Because she simultaneously never did anything wrong, she's perfect, how dare you question it, this is right-wing propaganda, and she had to, it was her job to enforce the laws, what could she do, her hands were tied. Both of those can't be true at once. It is true that Kamala Harris put forth a bail reform bill, and she voted for the First Step Act, which would ease sentences at the federal level. She actually even tweeted about how the bill had several shortcomings and didn't go far enough. It is also true that even after the U.S. Supreme Court said that California's overcrowded prisons were cruel and unusual punishment, unconstitutional, her office still pushed to release fewer prisoners. And they even argued that by releasing prisoners, they would be depleting California's prison labor force, and that's why they couldn't do it. Some people have argued that certain things her office did weren't her fault because her lawyers didn't have to ask permission according to the policy. However, she was in a position to change said policy, because it is also true that when she ran for Attorney General, she ran on a platform that said that she would enforce capital punishment. And when a judge found that California's capital punishment was unconstitutional, she appealed. Something she didn't have to do. She didn't do it with Prop 8. She rightly declined to defend Prop 8, which, as we know, bans same-sex marriage. But she didn't decline to defend capital punishment. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm doing what people keep claiming nobody is. I'm citing my sources. Vox. Kamala Harris's controversial record on criminal justice explained. That's an article by German Lopez, very respected journalist. He's now at the New York Times. A New York Times op-ed. Kamala Harris was not a progressive prosecutor. That's by Laura Bazelon. She's a law professor, and she's the former director of the Loyola Law School Project for the Innocent. These are not Republican operatives. This is not Republican propaganda. They are uncomfortable truths. Where people are going wrong is that they are trying to shake off their cognitive dissonance, the space between knowing that you're going to vote for someone and knowing that they have done bad things and having to rectify those two ideas. by claiming that it's all a smokescreen. It never happened, it's not real, but the reality is that her record is mixed. And people are going to find some of the things that she did wrong horrific. They are. And they're not going to vote for her because of that. And if you jump in my comments being like, so you think we should just let Trump win? I didn't say that. I don't think that. And frankly, that is how a child thinks. This idea that you can't criticize a politician because otherwise the other side wins. That is children's level critical thinking. And it's what politicians hope you have because they don't want to be questioned. They don't want to be pushed. So you can scream yourself until you're hoarse at the people that don't want to vote for her over her criminal justice record, don't want to vote for her over Gaza, or you can push her to be better on those issues. Yes, abortion is on the line. I've had abortion in my portfolio for every single one of my jobs I've ever had. I worked at Planned Parenthood. You're welcome, by the way, for defeating Trump's Planned Parenthood defund. But abortion is not the only issue on the line, and it's not everyone's top issue. If you want to avoid a Trump presidency, if you want more people to vote, you need to dig your heels in, throw your political weight around. Say, you're not getting this support unless you change X, Y, and Z. Hillary Clinton did not have tuition-free college in her platform when she started running. It was the primary process. It was Bernie having it in his platform. It was seeing the support that Bernie got from young people that pushed her to add it to her platform. But there had to be a push. There had to be something she felt like she could lose if she did not change on this issue. You could put your blinders on and shout everyone down who brings up facts about Kamala's record, not just on criminal justice, but on any issue they care about, where they don't feel like she has done a good enough job. And you can plug your ears and keep your mouth shut and vote blue no matter who. But then what? Nothing changes? We win, kind of.
That was a good video.
I know we'll be finding some bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, like my girl from TikTok, Jasmine's Garden. I love her. Your cognitive dissonance will deactivate your critical thinking the moment you feel triggered.
Mm-hmm. And it's true. And it's true. Yeah, I don't even think there's anything left to say on that. We can. Oh God. Let's talk about Sonya Massey. Before we start, I just want to say, especially as Black people, the fact that it is not more important to you to see IDF-trained police officers not kill Black and brown people. It feels like it's not important enough to you. Because that's what's happening. These people are trained by Israel. The same tactics they use on Palestinian people they're using on Black and brown people here in America.
This is why we say, oh, it's not happening here. It still affects us. Like she just said, the police. Slaughtering Black and brown folks here just like they're doing over there. American foreign policy is always bipartisan. So both sides left, she'll be better on, she's not going to be better on the Palestine thing. She's not. The empire will not allow it.
Black Palestinians exist, by the way.
Black Palestinians exist.
Black queer Palestinians also exist.
Ooh, dang, this is why intersectionality is important.
You just want to put that out there, baby.
News, and everybody should be sharing this. So just now, they released audio of Sean being terminated 2 years ago from the Logan County Sheriff's Office. Now get this part, because I'm going to play the audio for y'all. Get this part. They say he was abusing his power, right? Being very aggressive, and then falsifying police reports. Even his boss was like, yo, this is scary in the audio. Now I'm going to play the audio for you.
7 months on, how are you still employed by us?
I don't know.
Sean, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, sir.
And I've had this conversation with you before. If we can't trust what you say and what you see, we can't have you in our uniform. I'm calling you on your integrity. How does that make you feel?
I'm learning from it.
Are you angry with me for it? Do you understand it?
Yes. I agree with this because, one, I have no experience. Before I came here, I had no experience. Two, I wasn't allowed to do this right here. I was not allowed to review my videos.
This is termination. I'm getting goosebumps. This is extremely concerning. Everybody likes you. I gotta be able to trust you. Was this a purposefully done lie?
No. I full on and I still believed I was on North Madison until you just pulled up Google Maps and showed me in the daytime.
This is gonna get deeper because you're gonna have a hard time answering some questions here real quick.
Okay.
Now, I definitely want to say this before I go, right? Listen, y'all be really pointing me in the right direction in the comments. Some of y'all said some stuff I didn't even think about, and I was like, yo, I gotta look into that. So please don't be shy and let me know what you think in the comments, because your comment could probably change the course of this thing. You might see something that we all don't see. But I'm gonna definitely break this audio down in another video. But make sure you follow, because I got more crazy updates coming. And to all the cool people that follow me, I'm gonna see you in the next video.
And this is at a previous job where he was caught lying. When police have to tell other cops to stop lying, do you know where we are? Do you know how bad it's got to get? Let's go.
My stance on the police, like I said, abolish. And before y'all say, oh, well, we gotta have security, that's not what abolition is. When we say abolish, we're talking about we need a whole new avenue of how we police in this country, because the same way that we police in this country still comes from slave catchers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why we had police, is because to catch runaway slaves. And it's still happening. There are people that are homeless, runaway slave, because you're not a productive member to society. So you have to go to prison to be a slave. It's all connected. But child.
Notes from one of Grayson's former police chiefs during a reference check for his next police job. It was a warning of the trouble Grayson had already caused, and it doesn't stop there. Another supervisor said he failed to obey orders, especially during the high-speed chase you're about to see. The red flags and warning signs were there prior to Deputy Grayson firing those fatal shots into Sonya Massey.
I'm trying to get help.
A woman home alone who called police for help over a possible intruder, but instead ended up with Deputy Sean Grayson.
Do what?
Grayson, who's now charged with her murder, had a troubled career that began with a stint in the Army, a discharge for misconduct, then followed by more accusations of misconduct.
You check your front yard.
During his time in law enforcement, described as having trouble obeying orders.
Right there in the 2nd Street, she's taking it out right.
Like with what happened here at his 5th police job when he refused an order by a superior at the Logan County Sheriff's Department to terminate a high-speed chase over a traffic infraction, his speed at times reaching 110 miles per hour.
Are you pursuing? I'm about to terminate. She's flying up 121 right now.
But Grayson didn't stop. He did, however, turn off his lights and siren, but kept going anyways until he hit a deer.
Well, I'll definitely be terminated because a buck just smacked the side of my driver's side door.
Did you violate a direct order from the supervisor about termination?
Yes, I did.
Grayson was questioned by a deputy chief and other top staff after that crash in Logan County.
Do you agree, before we conclude this, that there is a mountain of policy violations that you committed? 7 months on, how are you still employed by us?
I don't know.
Yet he continued to get a pass over and over again. Even during the Logan County hiring process of Grayson, there were warning signs from another past employer, the Auburn, Illinois Police Department, where he worked in 2022. CBS News obtained these notes from a discussion between the Auburn chief and a representative from Logan County, where Grayson had applied for a new job. It states the Auburn chief said Grayson struggles with report writing, that he was very aggressive with getting drugs. The chief expressed concern that Grayson was too aggressive and that Grayson posted his drug arrests on Facebook, and the chief called him a bragger and was not great with evidence, left items laying around office.
The entire thing makes me sick.
Sangamon County Board member Mark Ayers is on the jail committee that authorizes the hiring of new sheriff deputies. He says he was never informed of any negative notes about Grayson prior to hire, and his background was not shared with the committee.
I would never bring on someone that had that troubled past with that record.
As we have been reporting, Grayson worked for 6 police agencies since 2020, ending with Sangamon County.
It's performative. They don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
Because the pattern is a pattern. I'm not stupid.
How does he continue to have a job? He even said in the video, how are you still employed by us? And yet still remained employed after that fucking conversation. How the fuck?
Right.
How the fuck?
Like, if you're going to say shit like that and not act on it, why are we having a conversation? You don't really care. You're just doing it because technically you're supposed to, like, no.
And I'm also going to say, I think that was the last video on Sonya Massey. Because I'm so disgusted, and I think I'm so saddened by never being surprised.
Right.
TikTok is talking about the tragic unaliving of Sonya Massey by the police in Springfield, Illinois. But did y'all know that her 4-year-old cousin, Terrell Miller, was also unalived by police in March? In fact, the day after Sonya Massey's body cam footage came out, it was announced that the police officer that shot and unalived Terrell Miller was not going to be facing any charges or discipline. They are using Sonya Massey to cover up this announcement. Nick Gawk also did not attempt to do any first aid on the 4-year-old that he had just unalived in the chest. And here's the thing, Lieutenant Nick Gawk also knew Terrell's mother. He had been trying for years to hassle her. Here's what happened that night. On March 16th, Terrell's mother's highly intoxicated ex-boyfriend strong-armed his way into their home, telling her that if he couldn't have her, nobody could. He proceeded to spend hours essaying her at knife point. When the police were finally called, they spent 10 minutes outside of the door, not attempting to come in. Lieutenant Nick Grock was the superior on scene who made that call. When they finally broke down the door, they found Kiana on the floor in a puddle of her own blood. She started screaming, "Save my baby, save my baby." At that point, when she said that he held the weapon to her, the woman bleeding out on the floor, instead of neutralizing the man holding a knife, they let him walk across the room into the child's bedroom. When he appeared, he was holding 4-year-old Terrell Miller in his arms with a knife against his throat and against his stomach. And with no regard for the child's safety, Nick Grock fired through Terrell, unaliving both he and the perpetrator in one bullet. The body cams will be released next week, probably Monday. When Kiana woke up in the hospital, she was informed that her son did not make it. She then had to recover from 27 incisions from that night. There will be a protest in Macomb Monday 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sonya Massey's killer is in prison. Terrell's killer is not. Please, say Terrell's name for Sonya's sake.
Which, by the way, how long is he in prison for?
Only the indictment. I have no idea. There's no sentencing yet or anything.
I have no words. They're just evil. They are the enemy, like I said.
Truly.
And I'm not trying to hear, well, not my dad, and my dad's a cop, and all this other dumbass. They are all the enemy.
I smell bacon, bitch. I don't give a fuck who they are.
Like,
I don't care if it's your grandfather. I don't care if it's your grandma. I don't care who it is.
Because they decided to join this institution And we're telling you the ins and outs of the institution, the roots of it. Okay, this is going. You have to move, sir.
Sir, he like I.
And he's like,
you can't just take over anytime you fucking feel like. Can you? Okay, sir. Yeah, you going? Oh wow, you're fighting this,
right,
sir?
You saw them claws come out,
bruh. And I don't ever see his claws come out. Calm your ass down, sir. Jesus. He can't handle not having people paying him attention.
Right. But then when we want to give him attention, it's like,
nigga, like we're trying to sign autographs and shit from a bougie bitch. It's fucking ridiculous.
I want people to understand that if they actually care, first of all, they want to be a cop. And the quote-unquote good cops are not holding the bad cops accountable and honestly trying to get rid of them. Get them fired.
And if you're silent while people are being murdered, you're just an accomplice. You're not innocent. You're just an accomplice.
Silence is permission. So
I do want to say shout for our next topic. You know, obviously this has been a super heavy video, and this is going to be the last topic that we talk about. This is in reference to the Kamala voters. I don't know if anybody has heard of Ismatu Gwendolyn. Please go look her up on TikTok. Just look her up. I absolutely adore all of the work that she does. She gives out free therapy. She is just a community worker. And she had a lot to say about what was going on, and I wanted to talk about it.
It says, for those of us in the West, relief. Don't shy away from these thoughts. It's my job as an artist to force us to be honest. We silently feel relieved. We feel exhausted by the weight of having to care about people we ultimately feel we can do nothing for. True radicalization, the kind of change of thought that translates into changed action, only happens for a precious few. The vast majority of onlookers never really wanted to move from the position as spectator. They just fervently wished for a happier ending. So when there is less to look at because the news cycle needs fresh blood, because the people providing live on the ground coverage have been killed, when there's less to look at because we have seen so many clips and photographs and accounts of visceral deaths that looking only makes us numb anyhow. We turn our eyes to the easiest narrative of hope that our screens can provide. We accept a manufactured happy ending. We, the reasonable U.S. masses, only dislike Trump because he embarrasses us. He has a flagrant disregard of rules of presidential diplomacy that disgraces our reputation. Policy-wise, his era was really not distinct from the current Biden administration or presidents beforehand. That's what I've been saying, because Biden has been doing a lot of. He hired 100,000 more cops, gave the police more money.
It's all the same.
They go golfing together. They talk about it on the debate. He's someone who says the quiet parts of running an imperialist ethno-state out loud. Yes. Which emboldens the radicalized right and is overtly racist, and those people were already organizing for a hostile takeover. Left's lack of concrete, sustained mobility, and so we love to hate him. We hate him because he embarrasses us, not because he's worse. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a sentence, right? That's really what it comes down to. Harris is only the better choice because she's prettier and more relatable and has the right sort of gravitas. I hope I said it right. Gravitas, yeah. She doesn't embarrass us. We are willing to trade liberation for spectacle, but it must be a spectacle that makes us feel good at the end of the day. Ooh. Child.
The only perk of being working class in the Western world is our unlimited access to comfort. The comfort of denial continues her reign as the sweetest drug of all. We choose to cast our eyes toward the fiction of a happy ending rather than disrupting the machines that cause all this misery in the first place. It's been a good couple months of us looking in the eye the costs of imperialism, the price of all this endless comfort. And instead of looking towards the growing rebellions across the colonies, some things that should actually bring us comfort and joy, the knowledge that others bite back their regimes. We cast our gaze to these ludicrous what-if scenarios. What if we can push Harris left? What if we call her a warmongering arbitrator of the police state after she's elected? Won't she be better than Trump? I don't care who the hell is wielding all the blood money. What I want is a child. I want children in this life, and I simply refuse to tell my kid, yes, I did voluntarily cheer on this woman who I knew would happily continue to suck the bone marrow from the colonized world, even while knowing she would do that very thing. The other option embarrassed me, because that's all this is. The other option embarrasses us. There is no popular president that would create the revolutionary policy and world making that guarantees our collective safety. I'm going to say that again. There is no popular president that would create the revolutionary policy and world making that guarantees our collective safety. It does not exist. The job of the president of the United States is quite literally antithetical to that idea. And any progressively minded one would be working to make the position obsolete. There is no such thing as a good president. I am watching the youth of Kenya rise over and over again to force their federal bodies into caring for them. And they are dying at these protests, literally under live ammunition, going missing, bodies turning up in slums. And here we are raising money for Kamala. Trump doesn't embarrass me. Y'all do.
Woo. Because that's what it comes down to. We don't like loud imperialism. We like silent imperialism.
Be nice about it.
Be nice about it. Stop.
Say nice things to me while it happens.
You're making me feel uncomfortable because you're saying too much truth. And that's what we don't like Trump.
And the thing about it is that I need people to understand very, very deeply. Nobody wants Velveeta fucking Cheeto in office to rule anything. I don't think that man can handle toilet paper.
Right.
We are talking about the only real option that they've given us is still funding a genocide. Is still okay with us having $7 dozen eggs to go ahead and purchase. Keeping us literally under the boot of poverty on a regular basis.
And making sure that poverty still exists. I did not hear anyone get up on that stage at neither convention talking about how they're going to get rid of poverty, end poverty. And you want to know why they didn't do that? Because you would have to, in and of itself, end capitalism. This isn't capitalistic oligarch empire that we live in.
And as I said earlier, I am not here to tell you even who to vote for. You do that shit by yourself, my love. You get into that ballot box.
Yeah.
And you figure it out. But what I will say is no matter what you do in that room with that ballot box, this will still be happening. You will buy a cell phone and children in the Congo die. That's still happening. They're trying to kill all of these Palestinian people so they can auction off the land. That's not changing. Black and brown people are still going to get shot by police, and every once in a while one may go to jail. That's still happening.
Yeah. The most lethal military is what she said, by the way. She wants to have the most lethal army in the world. As if it's not already lethal as fuck right now, by the way. So, poor people still going to be getting arrested for being houseless. Like, nothing's going to fundamentally change.
And I want to challenge our viewers. Vote, don't vote, honestly, it don't matter to me. I want to challenge our viewers to get involved in your own communities. It's a challenge I'm giving to myself as well.
Because we're all we got.
Literally. I don't remember what, it was a black trans woman that was online that I saw who had gotten together with her whole apartment building. And they got their rent slashed in half. Because they all went to the court office and to zoning and said, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. We've been suffering, we're not able to make rent, we're not able to do this. This is ridiculous that we're living in these conditions, and they cut the rent in half. That's what community does. Mm-hmm. Community actually gets shit done. They want to tell you that you need to be an island in order to be proud of yourself because you lifted yourself up by the fucking bootstraps because they don't want you to be smart enough to ask for fucking help. Mm. That's it.
The word communism has been bastardized, and it scares a lot of y'all. But yet, when you feed a homeless person, guess what you just did?
you want to know what communism is?
Communism. Y'all,
it's in the name.
It's in the fucking name.
Bro, this is supposed to be a democracy. Do you see democracy? So you see how communism has been in certain countries and it's been done poorly because they weren't actually doing communism, just like we're not actually doing democracy. It's in front of you.
So before you brag about making it through capitalism, surviving capitalism, you still are relying on other people to provide things for you. Yes, you have to pay them all this shit ton of money, but you're still relying on community is inevitable.
No matter what, you still need it.
You still need it.
It just sucks how we decide to only exploit it for things that only will give profit and capital to other people. We're not using community in the way that's actually going to be beneficial for us. Mm-hmm. And at this point, I don't care at all what you do as long as you are going to keep Palestine and Congo in mind and get involved in your own fucking community. That's what I need y'all to do. Honestly. And I am going to figure out a way to also benefit my own community right here where I live. I don't even know what it is that I'm going to do yet. I want to see if I can maybe throw a dinner for homeless people and cook for them. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do what I know is my part. And that's the only thing that I can ask everybody else to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of capitalism, and this our last topic. Now, y'all know I love Beyonce. As an artist, I'm going to say that again. I love Beyonce. As an artist, the issue I have with Beyonce is that she likes to put out radical imagery without having a radical politic. Why do you have your hand out again? Beyonce is selling whiskey. She just sold some hair shit not too long ago. Mm-hmm. Then before that, it was the perfume, that watered down perfume.
I have no idea what that is. But yeah.
And then before that, it was the lines of like Ivy Park stuff. Mm-hmm. Beyonce, your fans are broke. We are broke. And this isn't just about Beyonce, it's just about celebrities in general. Do y'all need some money? Because everybody and their mama is going on tour right now. People that ain't releasing shit, no music in decades, going on tour.
Mm-hmm. Bills.
Oh, y'all living over your means?
Mm. Capitalism is coming to lick that ass, huh?
Like, girl, we don't have it. And before y'all say, well, you ain't got to buy it, the issue is, bitch, I know I'm not going to buy it. Mm-hmm. I'm calling her out because these celebrities know how parasocial relationships work. Mm-hmm. We have fans out here saying, I guess I have to skip out on paying rent this month so I can go see this concert. That's fucked up. And they don't care.
And they may be even saying it facetiously, but let's be real. You know people who, by the way, this life is depressing. It's constantly on fire. We are looking for some kind of solace, and they are taking advantage of the need that we have for solace and trying to sell it and repackage it and make us pay for it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It just seems like she's just throwing a bunch of shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Honestly, I'm just to the point where it's abolish celebrity.
Oh yeah, I've been there. It's
really getting to the point where it's abolish all fucking celebrity. Because I'm really, really sick and tired of people being able to have so much power to manipulate, to connive. We got P. Diddy, we got Kanye. Listen, we haven't heard about what's going on with fucking Kanye and this app and human trafficking and all this other shit. Like, So of course, the little bit of solace from the last few celebrities that we have that aren't sexual felons,
Right.
we do want to go.
Yeah.
We want to see. Because we're living in a state of constant depression because of the lives that we are living.
I wanted to go to that Renaissance tour real bad, but it's like walking chewing gum. Beyonce's not paying my bills, and I was jobless. So I'm not going to be out here, because people would say, oh, you didn't go? Oh my God, well, I would have figured something out. I'm not in that predicament to do that. I can't figure it out.
Didn't we want to go see Meg Thee Stallion?
Yeah.
And we were just like, nigga, and we both had jobs. And we were like, we ain't got it. The fuck you talking about?
Like, they know the power of influence that celebrities have. That's why they brought fucking Oprah out to the DNC convention.
Jesus Christ.
Like, to black excellence everything up, to, like, I don't know. I'm just sick of it. Celebrities, we don't have the fucking money. We don't. What's her name had to cancel a few of her tours. Damn. Her too, but. Oh, and she just released another leg. She's going on tour again.
Because she's broke. Listen, and I'm sure, and listen, especially for Nicki specifically, fuck you for real. And I really couldn't give a fuck. I don't feel no sympathy. At this point, your own husband can't drop off your son at school. I need you to go work on other shit. Work on other shit. The songs are booty. Why are the songs so trash? What the fuck? Sorry.
And this is why, because we reached a point where it's not about the art anymore, it's about the numbers. And when you are so focused on the numbers, you put out trash-ass albums, and you get your fans to re-listen to that shit 4 or 5 times in a row, just so you can say you did it. But you don't have that I want people to earn. I want to earn my fans. You know, I don't want to listen to this fucking song and have it play on loop. Your fans have homeroom the next day.
And last thing, I really just can't stand artists that can't. You 40, shut it. The fuck are you putting out? Bigfoot, left foot, Bigfoot. What the fuck is this? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on Nicki Minaj. It's weird, baby. It's fucking weird over here. It's like, stop leaking. Go see a doctor. Figure it out.
Yeah, I think, stop leaking. I think she knows that the end of her career is here. And I know that she talks in so many different characters, but the way she's been talking like this when she goes on live. I think she's going through it, and she just doesn't want to admit it.
Honestly.
Well, that wraps up our episode of Earth's Ghetto Podcast, because girl, I see that red on the fucking page.
I know, man, we gotta go. But I do want to go ahead and let everybody know, thank you so much for all of your support. We have so many new things coming up for you. We're going to be putting out so much more content. You're going to see so much more of us. I am really excited about what the next leg is going to bring. And just please remember that being queer is African. We're going to see y'all in the next one.
Bye, hoes.
Peace.